Hello, Haley here with the Armageddon report. Big day. So here's what we're basically dealing with today. This is from the Public Weather Outlook. An outbreak of tornadoes and severe thunderstorms is likely over large area from Indiana and Ohio into Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama today and tonight. So, if you've been to the site, you might have noticed, you may have never seen the red before. That indicates a high risk area. So, what does a high risk mean? First high risk day of the season, for one, March 2nd, 2012. So, just how rare is a high risk day? In 2009, 2 days were high risk. 2010, 6. 2011, 5. And then, of course, today is our first high risk day. So that's a fairly rare event for there to be a high risk. And not only that, but if you go back, you'll notice everything has this additional significant wind, significant hail, strong tornadoes. So what does that mean? In addition to, significant winds would be 75 miles per hour greater, as compared to just 58, that'd be severe. Hail that's 2 inches or larger compared to just 1 inch. And then tornadoes that are rated EF2 or higher. And that an EF2 starts at 111 miles per hour, and an EF0 tornado starts at 65. So almost double the speed. What do the numbers mean? Well, for instance, let's actually go to the numbers. So we've got as high as a 45% chance of wind, then we've got this black hatched area, which I'll explain in a second. We've got as high as a 45% chance of severe hail, and then as high as a 30% chance of a tornado. So now we go back to this and say, what do the numbers mean? So the numbers give the percentage chance that a severe weather event will occur within 25 miles of any given point in the affected area. So in the areas that have the highest risk, that basically means that if you are in that area, there's a nearly 1 in 2 chance that you or someone within 25 miles of you will see severe winds, a nearly 1 in 2 chance that you'll see severe hail, and a nearly 1 in 3 chance that you or someone within 25 miles of you will see a tornado. Current tornado watches. So this is this tab. Okay, so these two watches are particularly dangerous situation tornado watches, which also are very rare. Whereas the one that's down here is just, I mean, it's weird to describe it that way, but just a plain old tornado watch, just an ordinary, run-of-the-mill one, it's just a tornado. It's just like any Friday, that could be a tornado, who knows. But so, to break it down as to what the PDS part, what that component means. So the one that is not a particularly dangerous situation tornado watch, when it comes to the tornadoes, and they give probabilities for the other things, but today I'm just focusing on the tornado statistics. So, in Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia, 40% chance of 2 or more tornadoes occurring within the watch area, and a 20% chance of a strong tornado, and that would be the EF2 or stronger. But for the particularly dangerous situation tornado watches, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Missouri, and then Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, they're 2 different watches, they expire at different times, but they actually have the same statistics, which is that there's actually a greater than 95% chance of 2 or more tornadoes occurring, an 80% chance that a strong tornado, so that EF2 or greater tornado, will occur within the watch area. What you should do, you should get a weather radio. Now, of course, if you're already affected by severe weather at the moment, don't go out and rush to go buy one. But if you're just in a watch and the stuff is far away from you, or you're not even in a watch, go get a weather radio. Make sure it has that specific area message encoding that allows you to punch in a code that gives your county so that it will only alert when it directly affects your county, as opposed to just anybody in the listening area of the weather radio. Pay attention to watches and warnings. Watches mean it's expected soonish, might be happening in the next few hours. Like, for instance, one of the watches that was recently issued won't expire for, I believe, 9 hours from the time that it was issued. 8 or 9, I'd have to look that up. Warnings means it's happening now. You need to do something now. And then, of course, you can also be more prepared by paying attention to radar and watching this stuff as it rolls your way. Now, of course, the problem with just thinking that, oh, it's way far to my west, for instance, I'm okay, is that stuff can, often generate right on top of you. So radar is good for the situational awareness, but you need to still take into account the fact that stuff could generate right on top of you. So what to do if you are in a tornado warning? Hopefully you're not in a tornado warning at the time that you're watching this, but the advice, you've probably heard it a lot of times, get to the lowest level and or to an interior room, and preferably both, So if you can get down to the basement and get to an interior room, and of course, basements, obviously, if the debris is up above you, that's why you won't be in the basement, and then interior room, because the more walls you can put between you and the outside, the better, because those walls will hopefully, in the case of an EF5, you basically really should be underground if at all possible. But otherwise, hopefully those exterior walls, and then any interior walls in the house as well, will hopefully protect you from debris. Bring a flashlight and battery-operated radio if you've got them. Wear shoes, and why would you want to do that? Because if there is debris after the fact, you don't want to be walking around in it. Wear a helmet if you've got one. So if you've got a bicycle helmet, motorcycle helmet, some kind of head protection, that may well save your life. Wear a whistle, and why would you want that? Because if worse comes to worse and you do end up in the middle of debris, having a whistle is going to be a lot more sustainable than not standing there, but laying there or whatever you're doing, yelling for help. So if you've got a whistle, bring it. So let's go back and look at what's happened so far today. Storm reports, 99 as of the time of when this page was loaded. 17 reports of a tornado. If we filter, so all of the red dots are tornado reports. Now that does not necessarily mean 17 separate tornadoes, because the reports could be, several different people reporting on one tornado. So this is something we're not going to know until the days afterwards, where the National Weather Service goes out and does the damage surveying and gets the pass and stuff along those lines. So current watches, you already saw that. Warnings, at least as of the time the page was updated. So we've got, at the moment, 2 different storm segments, or whatever you want to call them, that have tornado warnings on both of them. And then, of course, to go back to here. So here's the risk areas, and we'll take a little bit of a longer look. So the 45%, so that determines what the risk is. So that was that whole, there's nearly a 1 in 2 chance that someone within 25 miles of any point in here will see severe wind. And then the black hatched area indicates where there's the risk for the significant wind. So 58 miles per hour or greater is severe, 75 miles per hour or greater is significant. So same story with the hail. 1 inch or larger is severe, 2 inch or larger is significant hail. A tornado period is a severe weather event. EF2 or greater on a scale of EF0 to EF5 is a significant tornado. So, and then as you can see, basically, so we've got the highest risk of a tornado happening at all here, but it extends pretty much all the way out to the 10% area, that there's the possibility that if a tornado does occur, that it will be significant. Tomorrow, not quite as bad, but still bad. And of course, this could get upgraded by the time of tomorrow, and of course, it could also get downgraded. So here is what you're looking at. So here's the slight risk area tomorrow, and here is the probability breakdown. So at the moment, as high as a 30% chance. So compared to if you look at today, there's a huge area affected. So now, of course, if you're in the affected area, it doesn't help you at all to say, oh, well, your area is smaller than that huge tornado outbreak. But, so hopefully you will not be in the affected area. So pay attention today. You can go to wickedwix.com, wickedwx.com, weather.gov, get yourself a weather radio, have just even local commercial radio stations. If they break in for severe weather, have, local TV if you have access to that. Radar, love radar, but, I don't know. So stay safe out there, if at all possible. Don't put yourself in harm's way unless you've got a really good reason. I don't know. And take care.